Triple C School. She is a 1993 graduate of Triple C. And she currently, I would say works, but I think she is making an indelible impact at the school in Anderson, Indiana, Anderson University. She did send a bio, but I kind of looked you up as well. So I'm going to read the bio, but there's a quote that I want to also leave the people with. So Swahil R. Housholder is the daughter of Evelyn and Mercedes Scott. A 1991 Miss Teen Cayman Islands and 1993 graduate of Triple C School. She is married to Aaron Housholder. He also went to Triple C. He didn't go to Triple C, they told me he went to Triple C. Never believe everybody who tells you bits of information. And this is live streaming. Way to go, principal. All right. Her and Aaron, he is a professor of English at Taylor University. Together, she and Aaron have two children, Scotty and Libby. She is the vice president of finance, for finance at Anderson University, Indiana. She earned her bachelor's degree in accounting and master of business administration from Anderson University, and is a certified public accountant in Indiana. She is currently pursuing a doctorate in higher education at Ball State University with a cognate in community college leadership, where her research interest, listen to this, centers around the decline and turnaround of private institutions of higher education. Mrs. Housholder was named to Women We Admire Top 50 Women Leaders in Education of 2023, and is co-author for Community College is College, a Proof Rock Press book to be released later this year. And here's the quote that I read from the Top Women Leaders in Education of 2023 that they pulled from Ms. Housholder. And I quote, "I believe that diversity in educational leadership is crucial for fostering adaptability and meeting the enduring needs of our society." Truth. Facts. And so, Ms. Housholder is going to come and she is going to speak to us, and then she is going to grace the stage and present the diplomas. Let's welcome her, please.
Good evening. Thank you so much for that kind introduction. With protocol already being established, it is my honor and privilege to be here today. Congratulations, class of 2024. Today represents, as it's been said, the culmination of countless hours of effort and commitment, filled with exams, assignments, late night study sessions, all-nighters I'm sure. I do those too. Engaging conversations, enjoyable moments of worry and personal development. The robes and hats that you wear today symbolize a significant achievement in your lives. The completion of this stage of your education and maturity. This is a momentous occasion for you, one that will most likely stay etched in your memory. It is a true privilege for me to be here to celebrate with you on this very special day. Also, congratulations to the faculty, staff, and administrators at Triple C, as well as to the parents and families of the graduates. Your support, your expertise, your prayers, and sacrifice and love have all contributed to their success. This graduation day is as much yours as it is theirs. Many things had to align to make today possible. And thank you and praise God for all the work and investment you have put in this place and these students. I still remember this day vividly. It was in 1993, 31 years ago. It feels like a lifetime has passed since then. And just like everyone else in my class, I was filled with excitement at achieving this goal, looking forward to celebrating with family and friends, and eager to see what the future held for me. The class of 1993 was a touch smaller than yours. There were just 18 of us. And yet, because of the education we began here at CCC, and because of the love and effort that was invested in us here, and because of the grace of our loving God, we have all done well for ourselves. Throughout the past 31 years, my classmates and I have attained university degrees, excelled as entrepreneurs, served as counselors and teachers, some here in Canaan and others throughout the world. It has undeniably been a busy and fulfilling journey for all of us. Our collective accomplishments started here at CCC School, and it will be exciting to see your list of accomplishments in another 30 years or so, especially after learning of your many aspirations at the baccalaureate service. As for me, after graduating from CCC, I went on to university at a young age of 16. Some have expressed astonishment at the level of maturity I must have had to leave our small island and attend university so far away from family and from Canaan. However, upon reflection, I believe the decision and my educational journey were more influenced by God's plan, of course, than my own personal maturity. Unlike some of my peers who were overwhelmed by their options, I had my eyes set on one university, Anderson University in Anderson, Indiana. Anderson perfectly aligned with my goals and criteria. It was affiliated with the Church of God. It was small and residential, and it offered my intended major of accounting. And it was located in a region with a four-season climate, because for me, snow was an important factor. And while college visits would not have been an affordable option for me, I was confident in my college selection. Based on my reviews and marketing materials, included in admissions application forms, and also because I got the opportunity to meet Anderson University students who visited the school. And from word of mouth recommendations from my teachers, I had several from Anderson University. And my principal at the time, Mrs. Ebanks, was also an alumna of Anderson University. And I had other Canaan and Anderson alumni who helped me be confident in my choice. When I arrived at Anderson in the fall of 1993, it was actually the first day I had ever set eyes on that campus, and almost immediately I felt at home. My faith had taken me from our small island to a place far from home, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I recall that as I walked through the grounds of Anderson University for the first time, I was just so thankful that God had provided a way to meet heaven. It makes me emotional thinking about it. When I look back, I have to admit that the transition to university wasn't easy. And please know that it won't be easy for you. To be honest, I struggled a bit academically, even though I was at the top of my class. I struggled academically at the start because of adjusting to a new culture. Even though we are familiar with the United States, when you're a student, it's a completely different culture that you acclimate to. I also had to get used to the food and the weather. Even though I wanted snow, it was hard. It was hard to live my first winter. But I managed to overcome those challenges. I persisted. My new college life would be a mixed bag of positive and negative experiences. The community of my new friends, my newfound independence, and the safety of my campus anchored and captivated me. Socially, I was having the time of my life. On the other hand, I would experience culture shock in several forms. I would experience profound cross-cultural loss in my confidence as a student compared to being a native Canadian in my home country. You'll need to expect to experience that, whether you're going to the United States or to a school in Europe. I would also encounter othering and being racialized by U.S. constructs of race by the nature of my status as an international student. This experience was in contrast to my worldview and my identity. I had no idea that I would meet racism in many different forms, such as labels, microaggressions, and stereotypes. During my freshman or first year, I would face academic struggles and learn to overcome them, only to experience financial hardships during my sophomore year, which would be the second year, when my parents could no longer afford to continue supporting my college education. Many don't know this, but I disappointingly resigned myself to withdraw from Anderson University in the spring of 1995. However, upon discovering that taking a break from my studies would simply result in a temporary stopout, it would allow me to re-enroll in the future without affecting my sophomore status, I felt motivated to find a solution to my problem. Knowing that it wouldn't harm my college career at Anderson, I returned home here to Grand Cayman and tirelessly sought out opportunities for relevant job experience, and I needed a full ride scholarship because my parents couldn't provide it. My efforts were rewarded when a globally recognized accounting firm, PricewaterhouseCoopers, granted me the scholarship I needed to finish my degree. It took me a total of 5 years to finish my undergraduate degree due to my untimely hiatus. But I persisted, and I graduated with a bachelor's degree in accounting. And since that time, I've earned a master's in business administration from Anderson University as well, as an employee. And I am now working on my doctorate in higher education at Ball State. My pursuit for knowledge is unending, dear graduates, and it all started here at Triple C School. Looking back on my journey and my story, I see God's hand in every aspect of it, from the guidance of my youth group leaders at the West Bay Chapel Church of God, the strong foundation provided by private Christian education here at Triple C School, and the support and motivation from my teachers, my time as Miss Teen Cayman Islands, and my work experience at Cayman National Bank and PricewaterhouseCoopers. Every experience has been God-blessed. Without God's plan and my willingness to follow Him, I wouldn't be where I am today. After I graduated from Anderson with my bachelor's degree, my husband and I lived here on island for about 5 years before moving back to Indiana. This move then made it possible for me to return to my alma mater, Anderson University, as an employee. I have now been at Anderson University for a total of 15 years and now serve as Vice President for Finance, CFO, and Treasurer. As an alumna twice over, and now serving in this executive role, believe me when I say I'm fully committed to our university's mission of educating for a life of faith and service in church and society. Likewise, as a proud alumna of Triple C, I am deeply vested in your success and the success of future students. I want to urge you to remember the solid education you received here at Triple C School and consider giving back to support the continuation of its mission. Perhaps one day, you could return to speak at graduation. And remember to offer your prayers for the faculty, staff, and administrators to help them uphold the continued mission of Triple C School. And as a finance professional, I'd be remiss if I didn't encourage you to also give financially. It takes a lot to run institutions of education. Most recently, I have been involved in helping to establish a partnership between Anderson University and Triple C that I'm excited to share with you today. Although we're still in the process of finalizing the specifics, I can disclose that Anderson University is collaborating with Triple C to introduce a direct admit program accompanied by scholarships for all accepted students. This is exciting and this is distinctive for Triple C School. What this means is that we are removing barriers to your acceptance, and this is applicable to this class of today. So we're removing barriers to your acceptance to the university and providing scholarships to Triple C students to make your continued education, Christian education, even more affordable. While there's still more details to work through, these are indeed exciting developments worth sharing, don't you think? Yes. Graduates, I've shared my story not to boast, but to convey this message. Never doubt for a moment that coming from a small class, a small school, and a small island will limit your ability to make a meaningful impact. Our God is mighty, and His love for you knows no bounds. Your background doesn't determine the path He has in store for you. Trust in His love and take comfort in knowing that His plan for you is beautiful. It is beautiful, regardless of the uncertainties that lie ahead. It's natural for the unknown future to cause some anxiety in a day like today. Since Triple C, my years haven't always been filled with pleasure and accomplishment. I've experienced hard times, heartbreak, loss, anxiety, and grief, particularly when I lost a child at birth. It would be misleading to say that you'll walk across the stage into a world of ease and bliss. It's simply not true. That's not how life works. And it's okay for anyone, including Christians, to admit that. There are good days ahead, but there are also dark days, even with our loving God leading the way. So then, as we celebrate your accomplishments today, and as we acknowledge that the road ahead is unknown and that the path will not always be smooth, we are compelled to ask some questions. How do we move forward? How do we step forward into the unknown? What is it that we, as those who carry the name of Christ into this dark world, what is it that we should do? Should we seek riches? Should we seek positions of power? Should we seek professional success? Should we seek to lead in the church? Should we pursue marriage and family? Perhaps, if that is what you are called to do. Something that I have learned as I face my own unknowns is that conquering my fears means facing my own obedience to God. During my undergraduate years at Anderson University, I decided to participate in a bicycle tour, one happy spring break. The tour took us from a town on the Gulf side of Florida all the way to New Smyrna Beach on the Atlantic side. It was quite the journey to ride our bikes from one side of Florida to the other. While I don't recall all the specifics of the trip or why I signed up for it, one thing that stands out in my memory is a Bible verse that was taped onto the handlebars of our bikes. And I know you've heard it. I even heard it at the baccalaureate. From Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. During that bicycle tour, I often found myself reciting this verse out of necessity. It was tough getting back on that bike each day and riding for long hours. But whenever I felt weary, I would repeat that verse in agony. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I embodied it. I kept saying every rotation of the pedal, pushing me through that pain and agony. The truth in that Bible verse helps me persevere all the way to the other side of Florida. When I'm asked to do something, when I'm not sure I've got the courage, or when I'm going through a really rough patch in my life and I'm reminded that yes, indeed, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. As I work through my all-nighters for papers for my doctoral program, I am saying it. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. As I close my address, here's what I hope you'll take away from today. As you graduate from high school, no matter where you go, know that you will face your own moments of fear and unknowns. Your fears could be about anything, big and small. Questions about your self-worth, the next step in life, where to go to university, what degree to obtain, or even what career to pursue. It may be about any number of things. Here's my advice. Be bold and courageous. Face your fears. And pray for God's strength to give you the courage to help you through those fears. And I want you to remember the significance of this verse. It's not just words to say. And it's not about being a superstar, about being invincible, or being the most accomplished. It's all about being obedient to God's will and confronting your fears and confronting the unknown, and knowing that ultimately God is in control. So trust Him, because through Him, you'll accomplish what He wants you to accomplish. Hear that again. Because through Him, you'll accomplish what He wants you to accomplish. I know you all have had lots of practice memorizing the Bible verses here at Triple C. My daughter Lily attends a small private Christian school in Indiana, similar to Triple C school, and it has been precious to hear her recite memory verses and to remember them from some time ago. She has one that she likes to say super fast, like the Matchbox commercials, for those of you who remember that she learned from the first grade, from John 15:5. And I love that. What a gift you all have been able to draw from the Bible teachings and all the memory verses you study here at Triple C. And if there's one worth remembering, it's this one, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. As you leave this place today, dear class of 2024, please do so knowing that you are called to make a difference in this world, and maybe even for the Cayman Islands and Triple C. You have been equipped in this loving place with these loving people to make that difference. Remember, there's no fear too small that God can't handle, and through Him you'll accomplish what He wants you to accomplish. Today, may you all be blessed with love and cherish the memories from Triple C. As you move forward, may you do so with confidence in God's guidance and blessings. Best wishes to each of your next steps. Congratulations, class of 2024.